Evening.
Oh yeah.
This one's on mute.
Anybody else going to talk?
Well, it's only just popped back on, so you know. Right.
How's everybody doing anyway? Everyone doing all right?
Yeah, man. When this one's gone to bed.
Evening.
How we doing?
At least he's making LXV cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes a change.
Wow.
Who's that? Who was that? Just popped in a half moon hat. Who was that? Oh, it's Chris.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What the hell?
Zippy, you're less than 1.5 meters away. You're legally allowed to beat the 7 bells of piss out.
I've never felt as sorry for Zippy in my life.
Exactly.
No, I'm leaning away.
Show's gone all weird.
Do you know what? While he's there, don't forget, it is his birthday tomorrow, so you're legally allowed to give him birthday beats as well.
Mate, I've got the
Did Chris actually hear that when I said that your little boy makes more sense than he does? Was he stood there?
Oh, so sad. Zippy decided to mute the mic, so we couldn't hear what Chris had to ramble.
vocabulary.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really confused. I'm so confused.
At least we know now that Zippy's house is no longer a safe haven, so we can't go there near Expo because Chris knows where he lives.
Party at Zippy's. Party at Zippy's.
Yeah, it's been mega.
I'm just going to
Oh, what's going on now, Chris? You're going to make
You're too close, guys. You've got echo, so one of you's going to have to give it up.
Yeah, that's Chris, because look at him lagging, look.
Yeah.
Nice to see you, Alex,
Yeah,
Tracy, Ryan, John Papa.
Sorry,
Hello,
John.
brother.
John, how you doing, bro?
John Papa loving those Nautilus coils in the dot. Mate, I'm still going strong on them.
See,
Some
Chris.
Facebook users gaping.
Vincent is gaping for me. Vinny, what have you done?
Been on air less than 4 minutes, and my whole world is all fucked up.
Lesbian Vincent's Gate. What?
Yeah, Chris, you're gonna have to just jump in with Zippy. We can't have you too close together, otherwise it's all a bit weird. So, it has been a while, John. It's good to hear from you, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, John.
How's the States doing? How's the shop doing? If anyone's not seen, like, John's a really cool dude. Like, Smurfo, his shop's awesome. Check out his shop. Good guy.
Right.
Facebook,
Can I just say, look at Vinny's face. Look, he's trying to work out who this random Facebook user is. Because they've not let StreamYard know their identity, he's not having to play 20 questions to work out who it
I'm
is.
still getting a weird. Oh, I'm just going to check something. Yeah, so we're
Oh,
getting a
right,
weird.
Chris. The second he comes on Zippy's camera, that's it.
It's Chris and Zippy. We're getting a weird. Beatbox. No, we're still getting it. Zippy gets it from time to time, so we just have to mute you for the minute.
To be fair, it's probably just Chris.
Good to hear that, John. Really good to hear that.
That's what it's all about, mate.
It certainly is.
So, what are we all vaping on tonight?
How is everybody doing? Oh, I was going to say, how's everybody doing? But, you know.
Oh, well, I beat you to it.
He did. He did. But I can do this.
He booted himself.
I was going to say, he does have the power to actually boot.
Vinny
The whole-
booted. Sorry, before we came on air, me and Vinny were talking. I was on the big screen and Vinny was chatting to me. I was like, Vinny, I can't hear you, mate. You've not made yourself like visible yet. And he was chatting away to me. I was like, no, mate, I can't hear you.
Hey, fellas, how weird is it being sat here watching Chris and hearing my voice?
That's fine.
Chris looks even more scary than normal.
Zippy's got a weird Chris ventriloquist puppet. I kind of want to know where his hand goes.
Zippy is sat behind Chris right now.
Up to the elbow.
Up to the elbow.
Doesn't say much about your posture.
I'm still really confused.
That's just limbering up.
Oh, man. It's so hot in my room, man. It's not even funny.
James, you need to go back off where you're watching it and click on give permission before you come onto it.
Yeah, most of us are wearing Immortal Mods caps, which I think we should change. I think we should all change. Because I'm also wearing an Immortal Mods t-shirt. So
I didn't even realise that. I'll take mine off. Just for parity.
Quick capture. No, but Vinny, you need to be wearing a cap in case a bee attacks you.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
surrounded by them to help me. Oh Lord!
I just meant to mute him because we're getting feedback again. Sorry, guys. Like I can't deal with the feedback.
Yeah, you need some.
Can you mute his cam as well?
Yeah. Anyway, let's do what we're vaping, I suppose.
Okay,
we've been on air for 8 minutes, and so far,
this is like Chris.
Yeah, this is like watching GMTV.
What's he doing there? That's what I want to know.
Yeah,
he's probably going to rob his bike sheds.
John Popper, I feel the same way, brother. They keep attacking me.
Winston dropped a few things off for him.
Ah, fair enough.
Right.
You dropped his kids off at the pool. You dropped kids in his pool. You do what?
Your comments is going.
A layer cake, the most dangerous RDA of all time. The layer cake, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
Or was it a layer cake? Was it a layer cake? Yeah. Is it a V1 or a V2 or?
Probably the one which has got the.
Those V1s were dangerous. They just didn't have any.
Oh, some proper dad dancing here.
Yeah, yes, Nick, your comments are showing.
Oh,
Jesus. Just to
Jesus.
show you. Yes, they are.
Right.
Anyway, let's actually get on with the show. There's actually quite a lot to talk about tonight. So
there is a lot to cover.
So, yeah. Vinny, let's start with you.
Okay.
I'll bring you up.
Make me larger than life. Good evening, Jesus. I look like shit.
I wasn't going to say anything, but you know.
Right. Tonight I'm on something a bit new for me, anyway. Old school. The rig pig with the puff neck. And it's not blown up yet.
To put it back together.
Oh, second, Chris. I'll make some Vaporoni rice pudding in that one. Then I have a Rogue UK Force that I'm using, number 3, which is my new for me.
Team Mod, you're not team. Team Mod, you're not team.
I don't care. In there, I've got some Padstow Blends creamy Cornish custard.
Ooh, I have a question for you. Vinny, hold up your Rogue again.
Yeah, why?
Is that RDA screwed down fully?
Yep. It's got multiple.
Yeah, but dude, there's always a gap. There's always a gap on the Rogues. Like they're right. Don't get me wrong. The machining on some of the Rogues is phenomenal, but there is generally always a bit of a notice, not a gap, but it's quite a visible.
Yeah, it is. I didn't realise that.
But you can still see it.
I've just ruined your Rogue for you now, haven't I?
Is that an Ian Cragg strip tip on top? I believe
it is.
Yeah. Nice, they are.
Yeah, I've got about 3 or 4 of those, and they do not fit in any of my RDAs. I don't have any Rogue RDAs anymore. I'm have to send them up to you.
That and I'm on my
£500
GN with another one of my fatalities. As always, I've always got one on the go. And on there, I'm on some Redemption Vape Lemon Tart.
Where's your black fatality? That would look awesome on that red mod.
I had it on, but I haven't re-whipped it for a little while. So yes, lazy vapor.
Anyway, what's crippy vaping? I'm going to call them crippy from now on. Chris and Zippy, crippy. What are crippy vaping? Or is it zip? Or is it this?
Zippy is his drag, and he's on wherever he's put that juice. I think it's the custard purple. I'm on, as always, Miss Your Hog with Sad Boy. I've been treated to a nice Nunu.
Beautiful.
Chris.
Hello.
I'll donate a $5 to the charity if you put Zippy's mod down your pants.
Oh,
it's right there.
Also, I'm going to say this, Chris. For the first time, you own a mod that I'm actually jealous that I don't own.
Yeah.
That patina hat is beautiful.
Really,
it is a cracking patina.
It's a beautiful mod.
It's really beautiful. I'm literally Peaky showing us who actually did the patinaing on them. Has done a really nice job. I will give him that.
It's a lot nicer than you paint it as well.
And obviously, Acapella has done a beautiful job with the mod as it is beforehand.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
This is what it's been like all day.
Have you been there
all day?
Since about 2 o'clock.
How has Zippy not killed you?
How much? How much is Zippy intoxicated to put up with you? Is what I want to know.
Yeah,
but I've been drinking out of a big 5-litre barrel of pure ethanol.
Nice.
Yeah. Have you been finishing up that big hole in the garden, Zippy, so you can bury him in it later?
I ain't digging a hole that big.
I was going to say, I've never got. You can't dig that deep.
Right. Anyway, let's get enough of those big face topics.
Right, Josh is drinking.
I'll extend that to Zippy then. Zippy, if you put Christy's hog down your pants, I'll donate a $5 to the charity.
Someone mentioned gaping, and I reckon where that hog can go.
The drip's big enough.
It'll fit in that way on Chris.
Oh God! Tonight's not going to go well at all, is it? It's just not going to go well.
Right, he's got that weird feedback again.
Yeah, I'm just going to mute you boys because you are feedbacking weirdly, so that's better.
There we go. That's much better.
StreamYard can't cope with two of them on the same screen.
No, it sounds like they're speaking Klingon.
I just don't get how Zippy managed to spend that amount of time with Chris, and Chris is still alive.
And more importantly, Zippy's still alive. You know,
because I'm actually genuinely a nice person.
It's off.
Right. 15 minutes into a show, and we've done nothing.
Yes. Right, Paul, what are you vaping on, brother?
So we're mixing up a little bit tonight. I'm on my Odin 250C with my MetLife TI American Flag Edition up top.
Can I just interrupt? That mod looks so weird with an RDA on top.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it needs a tank.
It looks like a fat guy with a really small head.
Yeah, Chris.
I'm glad you said head.
Yeah.
it does make that RDA look like a chode, doesn't it?
It does a bit, yeah. But seeing as I didn't re-wick anything until like 5 minutes before we went live.
You was having a go at me.
Well, I've got other stuff.
I am loving Scott Leaning's comment though. Pinky in the brain in the corner.
Yeah. Juice wise, on that, I'm using this, which many would assume is iron brew. It's not. It's got Scotch custard.
I am, bro.
It's not. It's butterscotch custard.
You're vaping a butterscotch custard. I'm confused, Paul.
And do you know what? It's actually not bad. I mean, it only cost me £8.
It's actually not bad. It's not. It's really good. I really like it. It's just not bad.
It just. Do you know when it just doesn't hit the spot perfectly?
Yeah. I get you.
That's that. It's all right. You know, I'm not going to cry.
For £8 for that massive bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, I'll tell that.
Basically, they sent me the wrong one. They were supposed to send this one, but in their error, they sent me a key lime cheesecake instead. Which, again, it's same sort of stuff as this. It's nice, but it's just lacking something.
It's no sad boy.
No, it's not. Talking to sad boy. Move on to the next one, of course.
Oh, that's a lovely mod you've got there, Paul.
I got that from you, Josh, the other day, and it is now my favourite mod. It is just beautiful. I love it. So hard to kind of get photos of it, but
need to sort the drip tip out though.
Oh, what?
Need to sort the drip tip out.
Yeah, I've got a red one coming.
I just always used to use the standard black one on it because I could never set on a drip tip for it, so it just kept the original drip tip. But it's a beautiful mod.
Yeah, it really is. For those that don't know, it is the Root Beer Siege by Mortal Mods, obviously.
I'm going to tell you now, ladies and gentlemen, it does not look that color in real life. It's more. There's more brown in it. Like it looks really bright red, but it's really not.
The thing is, if you're indoors like this, it does look kind of brown, but when you go out in the daylight, more of the red comes through. It's got like a really subtle colour shift to it. It's really, really nice. Juice-wise, I am on Shamrock. That's my boy.
Cheers to
anything else we've done now? Aha. And this, I'm still using this. Juice-wise, I'm using Loaded Cranberry Apple. Now, I used to have that in the short film mode, like 70-30 mix or whatever it is, and it was really good. In the salt form, it's shit. It's got absolute fuck all flavour.
No fucking about that.
I mean, I could taste the bitterness of the cranberry, but no.
At least you're not going
a fresh coil in as well. I thought, yeah, that's going to be amazing, and yeah, it wasn't. That's why I'm on 2 other mods now to make up for that, because I won't be using that as much. It just pisses me off. Full tank.
You look like you want to cry now.
Yeah, it's made me mad. I hate wasting shit. Wasted a £5 on the juice, £5 on the bloody coil.
Go on, Paul, let it out.
Just have a little cry. It's okay.
I'm calm now. I'm nice and calm. Why am I still on big screen?
I jumped at the wrong time. Oh, Jesus. All I can see is Pinky and the Brain.
Pinky and the Brain. Pinky and the Brain. One is a genius, the other's insane.
Do you know what it is? The Pinky and the Brain. Okay, so
the thing is, right now I can't work out which one's Pinky and which one's Brain
because he's tall and skinny. I'm definitely the Brain because I'm fat.
I'm Pinky. It can be Perky.
Oh, I'm Paul.
To be honest with you guys, I was thinking more Dumb and Dumber, but you know.
Read my mind, John.
Those heavy tips, I don't like them. I don't like the heavy tips.
No, I just think the heavy tips look weird.
Yeah.
Now on this phone, it says I'm saying tips.
Unnatural.
That's much better. Let's mute them. Right then, fellas.
Do I not know what I'm vaping?
Yeah. Josh, what are you vaping this evening?
Yeah.
That's the second time I've been forgot in recent weeks.
Yeah.
Look, I don't matter.
We're like 50 odd minutes into the show last time when people finally said, what are you vaping?
To be honest with you, I'm only vaping 2 setups. So I'm vaping Black Siege, just to trigger Paul, obviously someone that isn't matchy. So my PC's on real color change mode at the minute, so it's fucking up all my lighting. As you can see, pink.
Yeah, pink.
Yeah, and then it will go white again and blue, and it's all over the place. Black Siege, OD Green Apocalypse 25.
RGB Life.
Mate, RGB Nightmare, to be honest with you right now. Different gangster granny this evening. This is Agnes.
Whoa.
Mate, this juice line is amazing. So this is apple pie with cinnamon.
Ooh.
And
How much cinnamon?
it's not just a hint. Just that little hint, it's really good. Really good. And then Doom Diamond, Resurgence. And this has something that's been sat on my shelf for months because I didn't want to vape it because I was like, it's going to be shit. It's going to be really shit. It's called Dr. Pop. It's called Dr. Pop. I'm like, but I'm judging a book by its cover here. It's called Dr. Pop, but it's Mountain Dew flavor. And it's actually really good. It's really good. I mean, I like OG recipe Mountain. I can't say the word properly. Either offend a whole race or
Say it.
Mountain Dew.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Right. Better than Mountain Dew, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, Mountain Dew. But it's actually really good.
Cool.
If you like original recipe Mountain Dew before you can't actually sell it over here anymore because it's got such a high sugar content, then you'll like it.
Ooh,
And now I'm all weird.
That. Yeah, you've got all soft focus now.
Yeah, I know.
There you go. Jay Hayes hand movement. I like it.
So warm. Man, it's currently 29 degrees in my bedroom.
It's about 69 degrees in mine.
So warm, man.
Get some heat stroke live on air. That'd be great viewing.
It gets hot.
Go on then, Zippy.
My turn.
Yeah.
Mine. I have the Vupu Drag X out again, and I've got some custom once a month. Both of them from Electro Vape, and been getting a build on as he's here. Kennedy's done. Layer Cake, Limitless, and Cosmonaut. So, gonna have a bit of a play with them.
Hang on, they were all my RDAs, weren't they?
No.
Apart from the layer cake, they were all mine.
3 were.
I'm gonna tell you right now, like 2 of those RDAs are worth vaping. The rest aren't worth.
I like the Layer Cake, so that one's all right. The Cosmonaut I've had a bash on. The Kennedy, I do like the Kennedy. I do like the bottom airflow on it. So I've not fired that up yet.
Does anybody else, and this applies to the chat as well, does anybody else find the Kennedy like Marmite? It's either phenomenal or it's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
I used it on the Pocket Rocket, man. I do like it. It's all right, man. I've also got
bringing out all the patinas between you two this evening.
What?
I said bringing out all the patinas between you two this evening.
Oh, did we? We actually fired that yet?
I bought this, I had it done. Never really used it because of the coating, so it's probably only been fired 3 or 4 times. And when I sold it, that geezer never fired it because he turned around and he went, I know you'll be back for it. And lo and behold, I went back and got it, and I've still not put a build in it up to yet. So it's having a build. I've got a load of Andy's Sub-Zero coils.
And you've got them?
I had some from before that I bought.
I've still got some, but
I've got about 5 sets, but I've got some goodies from. I got some goodies coming from Mr. Bohane this week, so
I think most of us have. I know me, you, and Paul have all got packages coming. So
Yes.
Now, while you lot are on, right, as you know, this one,
the limit.
yeah.
Mm.
My opinion is should have a drip tipping. Discuss.
So this also goes the same way with the with like the Comp Life RDAs or the Avid Life RDAs.
Yeah.
The thing is,
I'm undecided, but it's got a rubber O-ring there for the friction fit. So should it have the
Should he have a
tip in, or do I not bother? I mean, I don't know. I haven't.
If that
Fuck
big overhang in my gut?
Nah.
no, that's like what that's like watching porn with
Did fit
two
on it.
penises in. Never.
It's got a tiny little.
No, I think because it's going to go. This one's going on the pocket rocket because I wanted that capsule look.
Yeah, no, just leave it like that.
So I think that should be the acrylic will of the mod itself will be enough for that. I think without
hang on, why are you putting that on the rocket instead of the cosmonaut, which is a cosmonaut?
Or the layer cake, or the Kennedy.
I did have. Well, I've had the Kennedy on it. I've had the layer cake on it.
And a pot? You got a pot on it? Putting a pot on it?
I've had the titanium on it. I'm just sort of playing around with the look of it, just to.
Yeah. The thing is, because
there's a lot of there's a lot of good RDAs out there shape wise that quite rare, but I want on pictures. So without
the thing is, the cosmonaut would go well with that because that's an alley cap as well, so it should match.
It does actually sit nice on there.
Right.
So I think we'll be seeing now that they're built, we'll be seeing a lot more of these in pictures.
Anyway, Zippy, I don't mind that you've got a lot of RDAs because I wanted you to have a lot of different RDAs.
Yeah, and to be fair, I mean, I know I went down with mainly Immortal before, but I mean, there's still a lot of RDAs I've yet to try, and that's what I've been doing. I've just been collecting bits and pieces as I've gone along. Not necessarily used them, but collected them.
I'm getting less and less right now. I'm just filling out my collection.
It's
Anyway.
good for a bit of variation on pictures, should we say?
100%.
So that's the sort of thing that I want to get into now. I want to be a bit more diverse on what I'm doing.
Oh no, wrong comment. Comp life equals broke life. Sure does.
To be fair, I mean, I had the Bolt, I had the McLovin, and they were nice. They're good, solid hitting mods, man. Certainly one that I'd rate as up there with a few of them.
Oh, I mean, I've had a couple of comp lives and they've been all right. But that button's shit. That button is shit. And they openly admit there are some out there that are shit. They would even replace them. Like, so that's good of them. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the fact that they're honest about it, it's one of them. Yeah, there's a couple out there that I quite like. I always wanted the titanium Predator.
There's a question right here. I'm going to let you all read the question, and then we'll all answer it in tandem. Need a copper RDA for the McLovin. Any recommendations? 3, 2, 1. Apocalypse.
Yeah, Apocalypse.
Mate, if you want to
go
the
find
picture,
a McLovin cap and put a battle deck in it.
Now, I would say Apocalypse as well. However, trying to find a copper Apocalypse 24, you may as well not bother.
I've got one.
You've got one. I haven't. I have not got anything that's copper. What you should. Oh, what the fuck is that? What the? Go away. Anyway, as I was saying, I would suggest trying to find maybe a copper Goon 24. That would look quite nice.
if you want to look on my Insta, there is a picture of that with copper Apoc on it.
Well, yeah, it would look the tits, but trying to find a Hopper
But if
24.
you see what it looked like before he got one.
Yeah.
There's one on there. But that is that. I mean, the Epoch. I got to admit, you know, I had the Goon, and then I switched to the Epoch, and the Epoch murdered anything on it, man. It's solid.
Oh, without a doubt.
You know what I mean? It's a nice looking set as well. After all silver upgrades and battle deck, about 500 quid. It's great. The silver upgrades on that. Who did them? Was that Eric Simpson? Is it Eric Simpson that does the?
That's Matt Dixon. That's got Matt Dixon written all over it.
Somebody asking Vin to get his tits out again.
Ah, yeah. It's got. That's yeah.
That's just.
Zippy will donate a tenner to the charity if Vinny does the truffle shuffle.
Yeah, man.
I think I'm doing enough. Thank you very fucking much.
I'll do the shuffle.
How's them need?
The pain relief is working. I've had a few sessions on my exercise bike, so touch wood. I'm back to walking normal, which is a good thing.
I told you, man, you've got to stop getting on them.
I can get you some better pain relief. I'm not saying it's strictly legal, but I can definitely get you some better pain relief.
Yeah, man. Fix him up with some of that. But if you stop getting on his knees all the time, he'd be all right. Just get yourself a set of knee pads.
I'm not allowed to use knee pads for health and safety reasons. Infection control and spillages.
Oh, what? Well, yeah. I mean, spillages. You gotta learn to swallow these days, man. It makes all the more sentiment too.
I'm assuming that's still Mac Dixon.
Yeah.
Matt, exit out, and when you come back in, it says allow StreamYard to grant permissions. Yes. But it's all right. You can just stay as Facebook user, Matt, and we'll all know it's you. So that's fine.
Anonymously.
It's Vic.
Anyway, I'm going to draw a line under this conversation right now. We do actually have some serious stuff to talk about this evening.
Oh, there you go. I found it.
In the whole history of LXV, we've probably got the most to talk about vaping that we've got, and we've been in the show for coming up 45 minutes. We've not talked about any of it. So,
true LXV style. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not going to lie. I've had a few beers, so you just got to put up with me. And if there's any gooners in the chat, 2-1. So.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you very much, Ali Cat Vapes.
2, 1, 1, 2, 2.
Man thinks he's set now. Have you lost with what we got going on?
Let's take control.
You want me to take control?
Yes. What subject are we talking about first?
They won't.
We were going to talk about that crap paper that isn't even fucking a paper.
The Sun.
The toilet paper.
The Sun. Right, let me tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, the Sun is only good for that. Tits, right?
Not even good for that now. Just got that like years ago.
What, about 10 years ago?
The Daily Star is a more reputable fucking newspaper than the Sun.
I'd rather go to bed.
But right, obviously, any of you that are friends of ours or on the LXV page have seen what was posted the other day about this whole lung issues with vaping again and this, that, and the other. But I think this is one of the first times it's been brought up in a big paper in the UK, like ever. Really, it's been mentioned a few times, this, that, and the other, but this is the first time it's really been mentioned.
Yeah,
and obviously, this is now after like COVID times. like I was kind of thinking that all this thing beforehand, like obviously in the States and this other people, could have been to do with very early cases of COVID here and this and that and the other, because we know it it's not good for your lungs. And I'm going to put this right now. Vaping does not destroy your lungs unless you're a twat.
All I got to say is, and I think the only thing we can say is, at the end of the day, it's out there, the studies are being done. You know, yes, we haven't got all the answers, but, you know, I believe it's 97 point something now proven safer as a healthier alternative.
Yeah.
So, you know, the facts speak for themselves. You know, people want to argue the toss. Just put the facts in the face. That's it. It's something that, to me, it ain't worth fucking bro.
I mean, the thing is, this could very well be the start of our fight in the UK, the American country.
Yeah.
This is gonna, and we've always said, all of us always said, it will come to us at some point, and it will be our fight. Yeah.
100%, man. I mean, you know, we've been saying it for how long? You know, it is coming, and we've been told, you know, no chance ain't going to happen here. Trust me, if it happens in the States, it's going to happen here.
And it's coming now.
You know what I mean?
It's saying it. Since we started doing this show, it will come in, and it is coming.
Whether it's been heightened at the moment, because obviously it's a well-known fact with the American trade deal with us, they want, you know, to change our food standards and take a massive chunk of it. Yeah,
They
could
want
it be
to change our food standards.
Yeah.
Massively.
They've
They
got,
really want to make some
the
big
FDA
changes.
will approve most things as long as it's got
Yes.
too much sugar, too much salt in it.
For me, connected to that and just a bit of what's it to come. But you know, we've got to start making a stand now and doing the educating and doing the advocating, man. You know, you've seen us doing it for a long time now, and that'll never change. But there needs to be more. There needs to be more people against it. You know, educating people, give them the facts, man. Don't listen to the shit. You know, people. We went through a time where people were questioning it a lot, weren't they? You know, things died a bit, but now I think it's coming to us, and I think it's coming in a few more ways that people don't expect.
I was gonna say to Ryan, like, seriously, those carts don't come over from the States, dude. They come from, if they're here, they come from right here. Like, they come from right here. There's no way they're bringing those carts over from the States, dude. Like, they can sell them there. Why export them to Europe, dude? They come from right here in the UK.
I would be interested to know if it was somebody that had, you know, like, we don't always get the story. You know, did they visit the States and bring some back? You know, have they tried a bit of homebrew? Some little dealer down the road thinks he's a bad man mixing a few chemicals in the kitchen. You know what I mean? It's a very, to come out and just say that with, which, let's face it, there's no fucking evidence on it. You know what I mean? And as Josh rightly said, in the middle of a pandemic, wrong time and.
Could that be then some sneaky tactics?
The thing to remember about the Sun is they like to report on utter bollocks because they've got nothing else to do.
They're not a reputable paper, dude. Like, it's, but still, it's out there. There are people that see it. We all know for a fact there are people out there that will see that, see it as gospel. So it's still the time to, like you said, to fight and educate people. I mean,
what you got to remember is that more people than are going to read the actual article. You know,
that tells their friend, and it always comes back to someone like us, like a vapor, like an everyday vapor. Yeah. It's like, oh, I've seen this article in the Sun that's going to kill you. It's like, no, it's fucking not. Like, there's no proof of that. Like, if it does, it does. That's fine. But I feel a lot safer vaping than I do smoking, and that's proven. 97.5%, I still believe, safer. So,
not being funny, if you look at it the other way, and it's one person out of how many vapers currently worldwide, 43, 41, 42, something like that. You know, and one person's coming out with that. That's, you know, yet to be proven, as we says. But we took it on before, man, with this vitamin E acetate and shit like that. We'll face it again. There will be an answer to it, and we will continue to do it. All we need is everybody to get on board with it. Everybody sits there.
Anyone that doesn't know, the Sun has reported the first outbreak of Vapers lung. And it's basically exactly the same of what happened in the States with what they call Diwali, which indicates that THC carts have probably been vaporized, and I guess they've got vitamin E acetate in them, which has caused scorch marks with inside the lungs, prolifically around the alveoli and the lung lining, which is where gaseous exchange takes place, which means your oxygen and things like that goes into your bloodstream. And that's the major problem. Now, if anyone actually wants to see proper clinical facts, there's some on the LXV page, there's some on my page. I will continuously carry on sharing proper clinical research. Now, everyone knows, it's no secret I'm a nurse. Everyone knows I'm a nurse. But I wrote my nursing degree dissertation all around vaping, the legitimacy of vaping as a cessation device. Now, it's been proven time and time again, and increasingly so, that it is a safer alternative to smoking. Not only that, now the complication rates to traditional nicotine replacement therapies, vaping's gone through the roof as actually being a sustainable, credible way of stopping smoking. The success rates of people actually switching to vaping from smoking now is massive compared to traditional patches, lozenges, the sprays. This is why now places like Australia are having issues with nicotine being available for vaping, because Big Pharma are now shitting themselves as well as the tobacco companies. And that's what the issue is in many places around the world. We need, as vapers, not just us guys and reviewers, we need everyone to share stuff, not just to vape groups. It needs to go on walls, on your own walls, everything like that. We're going to get a situation like America did. At some point, some politicians will jump on this because, one, it'll get them airtime and publicity, and two, because they're probably in the back pocket of Big Tobacco or Big Pharma, evening a cappella. So the fight is coming. I know we have TDP2/3 coming, but this could be far worse an impact on vaping. We need people to get involved, share stuff, share their stories, things like that. We tried months ago for people to share their stories on how they switched from smoking to vaping, and we have very little uptake.
Well, I reckon we do it again.
It's just, yeah.
We definitely need to revisit it, because the success stories are what's going to effectively influence people more. And, people sharing their own experiences with it. Granted, some people have tried it and not liked it. Tell us why. As Vinny did his dissertation and stuff, he looked at all the arguments for and against vaping. And there was a hell of a lot of work that went into that. It wasn't a one-sided write-up about vaping. It was a for and against argument on it.
What people don't realise is the harm side of vaping is very, very similar to being in a steam room or a sauna for too long. If you go in a steam room, you're advised to go in and only be in there for 20 minutes and come back out, because you're getting warm, hot moisture in your lungs, which is very, very similar to vaping. And it's that causes the issue. It's the warm, hot steam from vape, the vapor, basically.
Yeah. Yes, we know there are things in juices before, like diacetyl, which, yes, in large, and we're talking large quantities, issues, but that was in a popcorn making factory, and one of the ingredients was, but that has been removed.
Back onto the diacetyl argument, which is just seems crazy.
for me, this is where we're going back.
Gone and
Yeah, you know what I mean. But we know it's going to rear its head, and we know there's other arguments coming. So, like I said, we want to hear the good and the bad. If you've had a bad experience, tell us. Maybe we might be able to help, or somebody out there can help and say where you went wrong. You know what I mean?
Like, I'll tell you this now, right? You guys know me. Like, I'm an asthmatic. I've been an asthmatic my whole life. Quite a bad asthmatic. I smoked for quite a long time. As a child, I had whooping cough, which is not good for your lungs at all. And I still smoked. I smoked since I was 30. I smoked when I started smoking when I was 13, and I gave up smoking a year before my daughter was born. So she's now 5. So, 6 years ago. But then I started smoking again. And then I was like, I'm not smoking again. I'm going to go back to vape. I'm going to try something else. I started vaping, and boom, vaping ever since. And I'm nowhere near as bad now as I used to be with my asthma or anything like that. I mean, obviously, as an asthmatic and smoking, and I never endorse someone to just vape for vaping. Just like, vaping's cool. I just vape. It's a smoking cessation tool. Fair enough for all of us now. It's a hobby, and we've got this, and it's a lifestyle, and it's kind of what we do, and this, that, and the other. But don't do it unless you need to do it. But if you smoke, do it. And you, like that whole thing a minute ago, is like, it doesn't work for everybody. I kind of disagree with that. You just need to find that person, the right setup. I've tried it a few times for people, and they've gone, don't like that. And a couple of months later, they come back to me because I want to try it again. I've given them a completely different setup, and it's worked. Does that make sense? So, like, it's finding the right thing for the right person. Everybody's different. And
I mean, how long have you known me now, Josh? What, 3 years nearly?
Yeah.
I was, up until when? October? Never touch anything deserting whatsoever. It's all a vape now. You know what I mean? You've got to give, the time to kind of try new things and try something different to kind of get the benefit from it.
Like my boss keeps coming back to me. So I got my boss off smoking. I was like, you need to vape, try a vape. So I bought him a little pod. And he always goes, all right, I'll give you the money, just whatever it costs, go and sort it out. So I bought him a pod. It worked for him kind of, but he still smoked a bit. Then I bought him another pod, different pod, and he loved that. And then during lockdown, it broke. So he just went straight back to smoking because he could have messaged me and said, Josh, like, my pod's broken. Can you sort something out? Because I could have just said, yeah, not a problem. I'll just pay for it, transfer me the money. Would have been an issue. We got back to work a couple of weeks ago. So my vape's broken, this, that. So I bought him a Drag S. I said, look, these are supposed to be amazing, right? I know it's not a pod. This is a different argument. And he has absolutely fallen in love with that. Like, he's like, this is amazing. And the cigarettes are gone straight away again. Drag S, like, and he just loves it. And he's actually got his airflow quite well open. Oh, this is really good. This is quite in his words, this is quite smoky, isn't it, Josh? Blah blah blah. It's like, no, it's quite cloudy. Like, if you have your airflow open. But he loves it. He's fallen in love with it. Do you know what I mean? And I'm hoping now this is the time where he doesn't have to go back to cigarettes. And I might say to him, it's like, I might just buy you another one and you keep it back in case that one breaks and I'm not around. Does that make sense? Like, this thing for lots of us, we've got more than one setup, right? But for smokers coming off smoking, they usually have one setup. And if that breaks, they don't kind of want to go to a shop. They might have a vapor like me. Like, they might have a vapor that advises them and goes, try this, try that. But with us, they don't want to go into a shop and buy something. Like, he won't go to a shop and buy liquid. He'll ask me to buy liquid for him. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And it's one of those. But if I'm not around, then he's just going to go straight back to smoking. So I might say to him, look, buy another setup, buy some more juice. You're good.
Sorry, I just wanted to watch it there. When I say, I don't mean like, if you have had a bad experience, let us know. But the point that I was trying to make was, as Josh just says, there's that many people out there trying to give advice and everything else. You may have been recommended the wrong setup, etc. Let us know. We'll try and help you out. It's one of them. We've got to help each other. But the other point that I wanted to make was
So classic.
these comments that I'm seeing popping up that you've been putting up, Acapella's comment and stuff like that. This is the sort of comment we need to get in the groups, on your status, and just let everybody know. I know people come and say it in here, but the word's got to be spread. And spread the positivity on it. Put it on status, put it on. Put it in a group. Put it in a group and have a discussion with the members on it.
I'll tell you this as well. Actually, I'll give fairness to my boss. Right, his vape broke. He did go somewhere and he bought a device. Right, he bought a shit manufactured by a big tobacco company device. I'm not gonna say which one. And when I give it to him, because I've got this, but it's fucking terrible, right? And this is from a smoker, from still a current smoker, that this is terrible compared to what you gave me. So, this is what I'm on about. It's kind of, sorry, I'm getting all fucking Tony Blair and handsy right now, but
cool, man. But not being funny.
As soon as I got him the device that I thought he needed, I was like, but these are supposed to be. First, I hadn't tried a Drag X or S. I have not tried what I've now tried his, but I've not tried one. I hadn't tried one before, but I was like, from the guys that I know, these are supposed to be amazing. Fair enough, it's going to cost you 35 quid. He's like, doesn't matter. Spent 30 quid on liquid for him, but just bought him a shitload of Nick Salt or 12 milligram freebase, and he's loving the freebase at the minute rather than Nick Salt. Before I got him a Nick Salt, he's now like, this is amazing. He's happy. He's settled. He's good to go. Do you know what I mean? So
I got to admit, that 88 vape and stuff. That's just come on. But
things like 88 vape are going to put more people off vaping than they are going to make people vape. I hate to say that.
Yeah.
I mean, really, 50 mils of juice for a quid or two.
It speaks.
Yes.
Hey, that's more than he said on the last two shows. Don't mock him.
I was going to say close Matt Dixon, the other one with you in it. You and it.
But no, spread the word, spread the positivity, man. There's always, for every 10 people that have heard it all before, there's one person on that group that could be looking for some advice, that's new, wanting to switch over and just sitting back and looking at the group, you know what I mean? There's so many people ridiculed before for asking a silly question. A lot of people won't ask and they'll just sit there quietly in the background, have a look at the hand checks, see what's popular. They're popular for a reason. There's certain products within the vape community that nobody really touches. There's a reason for that, because the shit.
The comment before that I put up for a reason. So when it said 88 vape and Blue needs to step up their game. Blue are different to 88 vape kind of, but 88 vape have got enough money to sponsor people that sponsor influencers enough to get people that are new to vaping to like it or to buy it. So and that's one thing I hate about the industry. So, and I hate to bring up names, and she probably won't even see this, so fuck it. But who on Instagram, Smoking Mermaid, right? She's a fucking big influencer on Instagram, and she's always like, oh, 88 vip this, 88 vip that. But she's paid to fucking do that shit. She doesn't give a shit. She's probably not vaping it. She's probably this is so good. Look at my boobs and look at this bottle of juice.
And then it goes in the.
Sorry.
I
need to know how many followers she's got now, because
let's put it into perspective as to what Josh is saying here. I mean,
1,200.
We know of people that are paid a couple of £100 per pick. Part of the contract is they've got to hand check so many bits for, a month or whatever else. And then after that, I'm sorry, but they're paid. They're not in it for the pay. For what they advertise, I don't care whether it's a decent bit of equipment or not. I wouldn't find a recommendation for anything because they are paid to do it. It's one of them. There's plenty of people out there that aren't being paid.
Yeah. 6 of us here.
I didn't want to say that.
No. But you know, we this is the thing that comes up. We don't get paid to do what we do. We do it because we fucking love it. It's for the love of the industry, not for the fucking money. It'll never be about money. It's about the industry. It's about everybody else. It's about. Sorry.
Right. It works. It works. I just want to go back to 88 Vape. You see now they're actually doing CBD as well.
Oh God!
And it's available in your local B&M. Now, I'd not advise vaping it because chances of it actually having any quality cannabinoid that's going to help in any way, shape, or form. And the fact it's 50 milligram and in a big bottle, you're not going to get any sort of effects from that, any sort of relief of any symptoms.
You might as well be this, let's say it.
Yeah, and also, if you mentioned dietol, I just wanted to clear something up about dietol. A normal cigarette, when we actually had dietol is not used in any UK liquids now. It shouldn't be anyway. But when it was, there was 1,000 times more dietol in one cigarette compared to one of these bottles. That's 1,000 times. The trouble is the cancer would kill you before the dietol would affect your lungs.
Fact.
So dietol wasn't that much of a big issue. It was a risk factor, which is why it got banned from being in UK manufactured e-liquids. End of. Magumba, not seen you in a long while. Hope you're well.
Good evening.
Hello, Magumba.
I totally agree. But you know how many would actually say that they're paid? Not many.
So, a couple of the reviewers are quite open with what they get paid. Obviously, Vic's got a business and he's quite openly about that because he does his tax returns and everything.
You and be paid.
I mean,
is now.
I don't know who saw Vic's reaction video to Rip Trippers when Rip Trippers like all those reviewers are being paid. Like I know obviously I know Vinny, I know a few other reviewers. Like they don't get paid for what they do. They might get a little cheeky backhander. Not Vinny, of course, but
I know.
Hang on. Let's state something there. We take the piss saying it's the free shit hunter, right? That's just taking the piss. You know, not being funny. If this man was to buy everything that he was offered to vape, and everything else for absolutely peanuts. So, you know,
his missus would have his balls that quick.
Rip Trippers is a different league because Rip Trippers was the first vape reviewer to have over 1 million subscribers. So different league, right? Different gravy. That's cool. That's fine. He does what he does. He does it well. Like I didn't ever particularly like his vape reviews. Fucking all that shouting and screaming and shit. Fucking this, that, and the other.
When he actually used to do build tutorials and things like that were amazing. And they did a hell of a lot for the vape industry community, but he sold out. Let's be honest. The only reason why, yes, he's now saying for medical reasons he's no longer vaping. But let's be honest there. The main reason is because he's not making any money because YouTube has been demonetized.
Yep. So he's now going into inspirational videos. I'm gonna
kids videos.
All of a sudden who's that twat that does kids videos in the Orange Blue? Blippy, that's the cunt.
His face, look. Oh, he loves it.
Anybody here that's a parent knows who Blippy is, right? Different conversation. That guy's done well for himself. But he is the Jimmy Savile of the kids' world. That's a bad way to say it. Compared to Rick Trippers,
don't be like that. He's nowhere near Mr. Tumble's level.
Don't get me started.
No,
right, fair enough, right? I've actually seen the stuff he's done outside of what he does and the reason he does it and this, that, and the other. And he started doing it because he couldn't see his niece and he wanted to do videos for her and this, that, and the other, which is cool. Do you know what I mean? But God, he's annoying.
Yeah.
All little kids' TV shows me.
It's when he starts busting out a move or one of his tunes, man. Well, you got the fact that YouTubers who review vapes, earphones, phones are all independent. And look at it, get free again as a device can be shared around and posted back. Yeah, you know what I mean? Not being funny. We know that, Vinny has that he's been sent for review that he hasn't had to pay for, and he's given it away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all paid forward. So, you may hear us saying free shirt. You may have seen his T-shirt. He's a snowflake, but,
Self-admitted snowflake.
Yeah.
No, we all know Vinny's a snowflake.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's,
I just wanted to make that point.
We've got Jordan in the chat. Jordan does reviews here and there. Do you know what I mean? And as I said, it's one of those things. It's like most of the reviewers do not get paid. They do it because they fucking love it. They're just an average vapor, and they want to actually try and make the industry better. So people like Rip Trippers, dare I say it, there are big reviewers that I actually like. I actually kind of respect Grim Green. So I'm going really Andy tonight. Andy's not here, and I've gone on an Andy fucking rant.
Yeah.
Partly because there are reviewers out there I do respect, but on the whole, they're money grabbing, sucking motherfuckers.
Yes, without a doubt.
It is. LXB just got naughty.
Obviously, Vinny, there's not any feelings towards you, or like, to be honest with you, 90% of reviewers, right, out there, but there are a few, and Rip Trippers was one of them, and that's where that came from.
See, I don't really watch any of the reviewers, man. Give a monkeys who says what's nice, I'll go out and try it. You know what I mean? Vic was on the JO show last night. Well, that's not new. From what he says, he's making enough to keep the office rent up and keep a roof over his head. I think he's making about 2K a month from Patreon. Fair play to him, I mean, don't get me wrong, I ain't going to knock him if he's managed to make an earner out of, doing what he does. Fair play to him, but I cannot get past, if you are paid, you are not a reviewer. You are not a true reviewer in the sense. No. I'm sorry, that's how I feel about it.
You know what happened last time I mentioned Jay Hayes, don't you? He just showed up in the chat.
Yeah.
Come on, Jay. Where are you?
Say hello.
Come on.
Don't be shy.
Right.
Yeah,
there's times I respect Jay, and there's times I think, fuck me, you're a total knob. Let's flip it. I'll fucking flip you, you cunt.
We need Andy, and that'll get him in.
Someone got him in last time. It was Andy.
It's one of
the thing I respect about Jay Hayes is the fact he actually reviews different products to what everybody else does. He's a very different vapor to most reviewers. You look at Bogan, Grim Green, they're all kind of high wattage RDA type vapors, where Jay Hayes he likes tanks and regulated mods and this, that, and the other, which is kind of cool. It's a very different. Like, most people that hobbyist vape are into mech mods, right? We all agree that it's still a very small market, as we talked about last week. Jay Hayes does the very opposite thing. He's got regulated mods. He's got a lot of tanks, a lot of AIOs, a lot of what were they again? Side by sides. Like, it's cool.
You should have a lot of everything.
Yeah, you should do.
The thing I like is
sorry, Tim. Everything that Jay Hayes reviews, he actually buys.
That's because no fucker will send him anything.
Exactly why.
Because he's got a fucking slide of their products.
That's what I like. That's why I actually watch Jay.
Because he's pretty much nothing more than a drama hunter that will start shit.
Yeah.
Well, like has been said to him before, the reason why he didn't get summer is he's not an influential person.
I mean, we all know that whole thing with the, and I hate to bring this company up because we've all been affiliated with a certain company, which is Half Moon Mods. When he tried to get a pocket rocket, and they said, sorry, we've only got ones to give out to influential people. and, and he kicked off. Obviously, he went a bit spastic at Pat on that. I've seen the video. Wasn't happy about it, but he still kind of got it. And who got them? Like, who got them? Bogan. I think Grim got one. Like, and they're bigger reviewers than he is.
Yeah.
But he offered to buy one. He pulled. Vinny got one. Vinny fucking got one. Like, there we go.
No. You have to buy his though.
Yeah, I bought it.
Yeah, but according to Jay, he couldn't buy one. He pulled out $500 and couldn't buy one. Like, so, like, it goes one of two ways. You either don't want Jay to review your product, or you're afraid that Jay's going to slag it off.
Yeah.
But he's still a cunt. So.
One for me, the Half Moon one's good. So I'm happy. I'd be good. I'd say
Jay has never classed himself personally as a reviewer. He's an entertainer. He doesn't class himself as a reviewer. And I respect him for that, and I respect what he does. I enjoy watching Jay Hayes. I really do. He entertains me. That is exactly what it is. It's entertaining. It's not like I review and I explain the mod, I show you what it does, and I give you my interpretations. Jay will just go smash it if he thinks it's shit. He don't give a stuff. And fair play.
With his little toffee hammer.
Yeah, if you're going to smash something up, buy a fucking better hammer, right?
Yeah. Like a really big one.
Right, anyway, so what else have we got on the table, as it was? Things to
Gosh, you forgot your little rant intro as well.
I know, man. The rant intro never gets to come out, dude.
Get it out now.
What's it out now? Let's everyone see it.
I'm just going to play it anyway. Mainly it's metal. Yeah, it's like
It's long enough, man. But I mean, I see something we visited last week is still rearing its head with the adding extras to shops. You know what?
It's been a fun show tonight so far. Anyway, what else have we got to talk about? Where else have we got to go with this? Because there was some other stuff.
That's what I'm saying. You were the one that said we've got lots to discuss. So what did you have in mind?
Obviously, Nova Scotia came up earlier.
I missed that.
Yes, Nova Scotia. Basically, they passed a new law in Nova Scotia where if you actually own a vape mod, a vape liquid, or anything vape related that has not paid duty, tax, VAT on, they will send you to prison. They will not fuck around. They're going to lock you up.
Oh, Canada. Fuck me, that is literally the Canadians trying to outdo the Americans on how stupid they can fucking be. I hate to say this.
You can see.
Sorry, Vinny. Like, I hate to bring this up on the show, but and if there's any Americans or Canadian group, but Jesus Christ, just lay off it for a bit, will you?
You'll have segregated sort of wings for the serial vapor.
You're all colonials at the end of the day. Deal with it.
Acapella's gone and dropped the one. Oh, Voxbow. What do we think about Voxbow? We're going to leave Nova Scotia because this is going to be... Right. If anyone doesn't know, Voxbow is going to be a vape CBD virtual expo. Now, this is being organised by Vaporaround, and it's on a specific site where you have to go get permission to go on the site, etc., etc. Fuck knows where they actually got the idea to do a vape expo from.
I wonder where.
It's not as if we haven't seen one that was rather successful, and various people are starting to jump on the bandwagon. But the big difference is we're hearing that it's costing these companies up to $4,000 get a slot on this expo. $4,000.
We missed
No.
it, Chris.
Sorry, like the thing is, we were talking about this earlier, obviously, and like, not that I think we're pioneers anyway, but we did it, and we fucking smashed it, and
Yeah.
pretty much everybody in this chat right now saw us do it, saw us smash it a whole fucking weekend, talking to different people from all around the world. We had an amazing weekend, and now people are like, oh, we can do that, but we're bigger than them, so we can fucking charge money.
Yeah.
This industry shouldn't be like, fair enough. It should be about making a profit because business is business, right? But when it comes to something like that, it should be for the fucking industry, not for yourselves, not for your own fucking pocket.
Yeah.
As everybody in this chat knows, we're here every weekend, and I know you're all laughing at me right now because I want to rant.
Where's your
But
rant?
we're here because we fucking love to do it. We love to talk about vaping, or most of the time fucking sweets or some shit like that. But we're here because we love to talk to you guys, and we don't do it for any money. We take the time out of our own fucking day. We plan this all week because we want to fucking do it, not because we want to make money from it.
Let's not give the wrong impression here. This isn't planned.
Hey, most of our shows are briefly planned about 25 minutes before the show goes live.
This week's wasn't. In our defence, this week's wasn't. We actually.
No, we do have shit to talk about, and sometimes we do have shit to talk. And sometimes, like, fair enough, I'll tell you about this right now. Vaping recently hasn't been a very chattable subject. It's been one of those things, but charging $4,000 for a slot on a virtual expo.
Yeah.
Do you know what? If someone wants to come on our expo, I'll give them £1. I'll pay them to come onto our expo.
I get there's a lot of work and everything gone into that, and you know what they've done, and you know I'm interested to see who's going to be on it, because what I'm expecting is not going to be anything in line with what we did, for argument's sake. I can't see any
organise that shit, because that shit was fucking hard work. But it was every minute that all of us took out of our own time to fucking do it.
Yeah. They've put money into it, and it's going to be this amazing 3D graphic thing. We didn't need that. We just invited companies on, brands on, in no particular selection process. There were some that were friends of ours. There were some that weren't friends of ours. We went overseas and approached people, as well as what we wanted to do was support the home, you know, businesses and everything else. I think the experience that we gave over with the personal side from the vendors that we had on, they're not going to achieve that. That's going to be the difference.
Let me say this, right? So we know they were planning it, right?
Because they was going to do what we did for them.
From some brands that were on our expo.
Yeah.
Right. We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about what was said, but we know what they were trying to charge, and we know what they were trying to do. But trying to make money from it, is fucking. And the amount of money they're trying to make from it, especially for some of these small companies, like quite a few that a couple of the UK companies that, right, all of us are quite good friends with, right? I'd say this, like, we all know between the four of us right here and the other, five of us right here, and Andy, who isn't here, we know pretty much most of the UK vaping industry, right? So the amount, what we hear back, we hear it back. So I'm not going to name names or this, that, or the other, but what they were asking was ridiculous. Some of these companies don't have that kind of money to give. They're new on the scene. They're trying to make some money to feed themselves and feed their families. They're working hard at it. They're putting their own ideas into it. And some big company like that's going, oh, come on our show. We'll do this. Well, fair enough. It might get them a bit more exposure. But is it going to sell them any more mods? Who the fuck knows?
No.
They're going to do well off on their own.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I wish them all the success with it. I sincerely do. But you know, it's one of them. I know what I'd rather see. I know what brands I'd like to see, and we listened to people, and we asked them, and they says who they wanted to see, and that's what we did. We tried our best to make it happen. They're not going to get. Do you guys know how much it takes? Yeah, I get that. I completely get that. But we did it without any of that.
We've got nothing, and we fucking did it.
Ours was a very raw, very honest, up close and personal with the companies we had on, the vendors, the manufacturers, and everything. We did it how we wanted to do it, and we will do it again and again and again for free.
Yeah.
Now, if any of those companies that are involved with Voxpo, fair enough, fair play to you. You've got the money to go forward to do it, to help Vaporaround do this and do this platform and keep doing this platform. Fair enough. We are not about that. We are about community. We are not about making money. None of us are in this game, this vape theme community, to make money. Not one of us.
And that's what you got to remember. We are everyday average vapers. We are not businessmen. We are not trying to make money from the community. We are like, fair enough. If you've got a brand, that's cool.
Yeah.
But if you've got a juice line, if you've got a mech line, if you've got regulated line, this, that, the other, that's cool. That's fine. We applaud you for it because at the end of the day, you are the industry. But we're trying to do this for everybody in the industry. For everybody in the industry, not for making profit ourselves.
Yeah, and you know, let's not forget this is a UK Vape Expo that we were representing, and you know, part of it for us was actually representing, you know, and allowing companies to come on and represent themselves that were local businesses, because that's what we wanted to, you know, show. You know, there's a lot of companies out there that are from over here nobody's heard of, and that we wanted to bring that through and, you know, go support that. We, you know, there are people that do care about the industry and want to support home business.
I hate to argue this, but we put our own time into it. This whole comment right here.
Yeah.
We put our own time into it. We did it for nothing. We did it because we love the industry. Not because they're making a profit from it, not because they're making any money from it. None of us made any money from it.
I understand Vaporaround
because most of us had to take time off work to fucking do it.
Yeah,
so
I understand Vaporaround is a business, and I understand them charging to get the companies on. What I don't quite understand is the volume they're charging. Yes, I understand that they've put a lot into this with the servers and everything else like that. I personally won't watch none of it. I'd like someone to watch some of it, and I'd be interested to see the viewing figures and how many people actually go see it, because like Magumba's saying, it is on a special platform which you have to go log in on.
But they chose that. They could do it. They could do it for nothing on any live streaming platform that is very capable of doing what they want to do.
Well, it's going to drive people onto their platform. Are they going to be charging people to enter said platform?
No, they're not. No, not charging to enter it.
Completely free. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
as far as I know,
at the end of the day, what they've done is they've taken an idea, which is quite a good one. You know, to be fair, a full 3D walk around, that's pretty cool. I'm not going to lie, but charging vendors $4,000, they don't have to house the people in a booth like they would do at the UK Vapor Expo.
And what happens? Like a few of ours, what happens if that person doesn't have a good connection where they are? They still have to pay for their slot if it fucks up.
That's a good point. That's a very
this, that, and the other. Like
Magumba, I'm not disputing how much
it's all about making as much money as possible.
I'm disputing. Does it really need to go to that extent? I mean, yes, we're small fry. We fully admit we're small fry. I've always admitted I'm small fry. But you don't need to go to that extent. I will be very interested to see the engagement and I suppose the virtual footfall of the event. I only saw it advertised for the first time last week.
Yeah.
I mean,
you can do that right there on Twitch for fucking £12.50 a month. Take me that. I know a lot of people that would host that for fuck all.
You get the
So
trial on Twitch.
doesn't matter. £4,000 a company. £4,000 a company. You're taking the fucking piss.
You get the costs involved, you know,
For
from
money-making exercise, not for the fucking industry. It's exactly what the industry doesn't need.
I mean, and that's, you know, is it going to deliver that same vape experience? I don't think it will. And I think there's going to be a lot of companies that come out on the back of this. Time will tell, you know, like I says, I wish them all the success with it and everything. I'm waiting to see the back end of it and see how many companies actually benefit for that cost. That's, you know, because that's what it's going to amount to. That's a hell of a lot of money to be investing and hoping to see a return on.
I don't want to go blowing our trumpet, but the feedback we got off our little expo was immense from the companies that came on there. Companies like Firehouse Vapes, award-winning companies, they had massive increase in orders from being on our show. I know Padstow Blends did, and various other ones.
All UK companies, and that's the point. That's the difference. How many of them that we had on there are going to be able to be, you know, have a chance to even appear on that? That's the difference. You can spend all the money you want, but you've already priced.
You're talking about massive Chinese companies that have got money to fucking spaff around left, right, and centre to make
business
nothing.
out of that. How many local businesses? That's the point that I'm making, Magumba. You know, because they are not. Some of them can't even go to our expo because the NEC priced them out of, you know, booths.
Space,
You know, you have 2 or 3 brands sharing a booth just to be able to attend expo. That is disgusting.
To probably not make a lot. To probably get ignored because they're in the fucking arse end of the hall. This is the thing. Because most people go, oh, well, that booth's not very busy. I'll walk past it.
But I want to another question.
This, that, the other.
On the back of what they've done, I want to ask the question, right, will that spell the end for Expo?
No, because there won't be nowhere near the football for a virtual expo as they've done it. There won't be the football as a real expo.
And all of us, right, every single one of us right here, right now, loves Expo, right? We love Expo. Right, fair enough. 90% of that is because I get to meet up with you guys in real life and we get to actually fucking talk in real life. And it's about the people, not about the expo, really. Yeah. It's like me at a festival. Like when I go to download, like I prefer the Wednesday and the Thursday because I'm there with the people rather than music. The music's a bonus, right? That's that. But I'd still pay to Expo just to meet with you boys if I had to. Right. And other people I love.
That comment there, yeah? Right. You're not dealing... On our Expo, we dealt with real people. You know, I don't want to be dealing with avatars. I can do that on any platform. But that last comment, bring that up again, please, Vinny, or whoever's got it. You know, just without the annoying music of the stage. Some people go for that experience.
Yeah.
Not me. I mean, that has always been. No, but you know what I mean? Not everyone's the same, but that is a big part. The same as, you know, the likes of Evolution with their stand. You know, that draws people in. People like being around there, getting to know the brands, getting to see the owners of these brands on a stage, being themselves, giving it the big one. You know, it's not all about the freebie hunting because that all went out. But, you know,
I think it's as well, going on to that comment as well, Zippy, sorry to cut you off there, but it's got like each booth will be staffed with a 3D avatar. So that tells me it's going to be limited responses. You can only ask certain questions that they will reply to.
Yeah.
I mean, I know sometimes talking to some of these booths is really hard work because they don't understand what you're on about. But still, doing that virtually when you've not got that human interaction is going to be very, very hard to pull off. Very good as a user. Are they also then going to be making it one person at a time, one in, one out?
Yeah.
You're going to have to wait in a queue for 15 minutes.
I think you'll find they'll have multiple answers on it. People
Which again
answering.
will take away from the human aspect of what we had. We had Earl from Dogpo sitting there. We could have talked to him for 2 hours easily.
Yeah.
You know,
Look at what we learn. Look at what we learn about the innovation behind this industry at the moment. The people that are in it at the moment, laying their ideas down and everything else. The products that are coming out, and let's face it, some of these products have been fucking phenomenal on the back end of it. You're not going to get that at that.
No.
We learn the people behind.
It's going to be no different from talking to the self-help bot at Virgin Media because you're not working.
That's what it'd be like.
See, what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't answer your question right now. Our offices are open between 1 and 6 p.m.
My responses are limited. You must ask the right question.
Exactly. But for us, it was about learning who the people are, and a lot of the time, a lot of the vendors were asked the same questions. Why are you in the vape scene? Why do you do what you do? What does your product represent? No virtual expo is going to give me that.
No.
You know what I mean? It's one of them. And I'm sorry to be paying that kind of money. It's, Magomba, did you actually catch our expo?
This costs £120. To earn back the £4,000 investment, you're going to have to sell a hell of a lot of these mods. A hell of a lot. Are they going to? Holy fuck.
Chris, can you do us a favour and just put your hacker near the camera so Alicat Vapes can see it? The hacker. That's what AMC Mods creates. Alicat.
Absolutely stupid mod. The camera doesn't do it justice. I will give it that.
This is one of the special patina ones that he had done by Moddy Watcher.
Moddy Watcher. Yeah, and that one's
Peaky
number
Shiners.
28, by the way.
So if you're after a patina job, Moddy Watcher, or Modi Watcher, Peaky Shiners, hit them up on Facebook, man. A good bloke.
Yeah.
And just because we got the patinas out, I'll get one out my one from a while back. I'll just pull that one out.
I will admit, it's got a very decent amount of lack to protect it.
Yeah. Oh, what's Josh got?
Yeah.
Right there.
What?
It's just been on the beer run.
Yep. Been on a beer run.
Anyway, is Magomba still here?
This is now number 16 of the day.
They managed to catch any of our expo. You know what I mean? If you haven't, check back on YouTube, man. Go and watch some.
Magumba, I wasn't actually just having a I was just having a go at the whole thing about it. That makes sense. Like,
there's here, man. We are 7 people with 7 opinions on what we see. Not even we agree on everything. But
6 valid.
But each of us will listen to anybody's reasoning or that they've got. You know what I mean? It's just me personally. What a that, man.
I just still don't believe that a company can charge £4,000 a slot.
I can. Look who's behind it.
Vape around, your magazine shit, and your mod was fucking shit.
They did a mod.
Yeah.
They all got nicked, didn't they?
It was basically a basically his mode of Stabwood with an 18650 in it and a shit chip.
Yeah.
They charged £250 for that motherfucker.
Fuck.
Yeah, they all got stolen.
It was basically a fucking Luna without a squonk bottle, and they charged £250 for it.
Jesus Christ.
Probably picked one up for about 30 quid now then.
And gave them away to all the reviewers.
No, select reviewers. Vinny didn't get one.
No.
Gave them away to all the shit reviewers.
But they gave them away to all the reviewers that are in their magazine.
Oh, nepotism.
Oh,
That's what it did. I'll say it how it is.
I'll fight anybody. Ain't scared.
I will listen to anybody's argument so long as they show me the same respect and listen to mine.
Exactly.
We can have an adult conversation. You know, we don't all have to agree, and after all, that's what makes us human.
Exactly.
You know, there's all stuff I'm willing to be educated on, but don't bullshit.
If everybody was the same, life would be very boring, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? Get that? But don't try and mug somebody off.
I mean, I'll give an open invite right here. Just anybody from Vaporland who wants to come on and have a chat and sort of justify the reason. Well, I don't give a fuck.
That'd be interesting.
In fact, when this is finished,
community, man. If they're here for the community, and yes, I love Expo. I love what it stands for and everything else. But if a representative of Vaporland wants to come on this show and have a chat about what you're charging and anything else, you've got a fucking open invite, man.
Yeah.
Any day.
When this is finished, I'll share this show to their page.
Good lad.
Open invite.
It's one of them. If you can
hear me say that their magazine shit and their mod is shit.
There goes our award this year.
Mate,
Do you know what I mean?
you know what that award means and stands for to me, right? Nepotism at its finest.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, they haven't had or tried fucking brands in this country or anywhere else. You know what I mean? How can you judge something when you don't give everyone a fair chance to get on it? I mean, come on.
And if they've got a problem, they're more than welcome to come down to Devon and eat some pasta.
They stand for this community. There is no bigger time. There is no big time now than to be supporting local homegrown business, the local brick and mortar vape shop. How about let's see you do something for them on your vape around Voxpo, whatever fucking thing it is, and do something for them.
Yeah.
Let them come on. Give them a stall. You know what I mean? Let's see you do that.
Vape around. You can come on our expo anytime you want, and guess what it's going to cost you? Nothing. Come on our expo, vape around.
Magumba, I hate to say it, but we all know what happens with voting systems.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Fucking hell, I was a shop steward for 7 years. I know exactly what happens to votes.
Publicly voted vape system. Hold on, isn't Donald Trump in power by publicly voted vape system?
I respect everybody that comes on this show. I will respect any comment that comes on this show. I am not malicious or anything in my responses, but I will say as I see it and how I believe it is. Let's see Vape around, do something for the local businesses now, and fucking do something for them. Forget your smock, forget all the Chinese brands and everything else. Do something for the UK and what you're supposed to represent.
I'll quite happily take a charity boxing match against anybody from Vape Around. Anybody from Vape Around wants a charity boxing match. All proceeds go to some kind of UK. What is it? What's the UK advocacy group called again? I know that I should know that. I don't.
No, because if we're doing that, they're dissing me. Because I won an award. Well, we won an award.
I'm not
give a fuck, man.
Right?
Take your fucking Golden Globe and shove it up your fucking ass. I don't appreciate it.
This isn't all laters, man. It just shows that obviously Magumba's not an adult and can't handle a bit of criticism to a comment.
Yeah.
Bye
You'd be
Snowflake.
telling me he likes fucking Purge Box next.
Mate, nobody's dissing anybody. If you actually listen to my comment, you will understand. I said, how can you give anybody an award when you haven't given everybody the same opportunity to actually get there and do it? Nobody's dissing around. Nobody's dissing Voxpo. Like I says, I would like to see them do something for the UK market and give your smaller brands a chance to take part in it. Now, if
like they did at Expo with the Modders Gallery, with all the coil builders and things like that, have them involved as well, not just your big,
not just the usual names all there behind the scenes. You know what I mean? I ain't being funny. This is about getting everybody within the vape scene, not just the one or two top dogs. You know, because I them. You know what I mean? I really don't care. And, you know, just for somebody to turn around and say, that's me being bitter, fuck you. Big time. Come back to the conversation and actually stand there and tell me I'm wrong.
Vinny, sorry, Zippy, you've nailed it on the fucking head. This is the thing. Like, everybody needs a fucking fair shot. Everybody needs a fair shot at this, that, or the other.
That's what community is. That's what unity is. Everybody standing together and having the same opportunity as the next man.
Yeah. I mean, the way I see it, all the fucking big brands out there should be forced to fucking help the little brands coming through. Yeah. Rather than just fucking squashing them and quashing them and doing this, that, and the other.
The only argument I seen was, as Tracy just says, that the reason why you've just walked away is because you have a fucking vested interest in Voxpo, and at the end of the day, you've just shown yourself what you are.
100%.
How much of that $4,000 per company do you need to make back?
Yeah, you can't sit there and actually take somebody's opinion of what doing is what we all stand for in this community. So you can't take that, and you've just turned around. You know what? Laters. Kick you out.
Again, I mean, just right, guys. Do any of you know I can know him? Properly know him?
So he's the fact that he made up into a conversation, sit there preaching to me that justifying $4,000 a what's it because he's got some fancy server and everything else. Sorry, bollocks.
I wouldn't pay $4,000 to have a booth at actual expo, let alone $4,000 on a virtual expo.
And I do stand by what I said, and that is that the Vapor Round Award are full of nepotism.
I've got a funny feeling this show's going to run long.
Look, somebody tell me. Somebody tell me I'm wrong in that there's not a lot of nepotism shown in the vape scene.
You're not wrong at all. You bang fucking on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's not me. That's me saying it.
You caused this.
I knew it was going to kick off over this. I just knew it was.
I mean, Acapella, man, you've caused. Like, do you know what? You've not caused issues. You've not caused issues at all. You've caused a great chat about a fucking worthy subject.
And fair play.
Like, in all fairness to everybody that's in this chat right now, this is probably the most we've talked about vaping on a show for 1.5 hours ever. Like, we usually get well distracted by that shit. But this is how we actually feel about it.
I'm pissed off with that first.
£4,000.
I'm so pissed.
Do with $4,000.
We've turned bitter. No, we're not. What we're doing is we're standing up for the fucking UK vape scene. That's what we're doing.
We've turned bitter.
Yeah, that was the comment. This show's turned bitter since I watched it later.
All of a sudden, I'm that fucking random singing bitch that's apparently eating too many fucking lemons.
Trust me, man. How many people watch this show? Right? You know, not being funny. Like Vinny says, we're small fry in the big pond of things. But if my comment about your fucking watching it or any of these comments up here, they are, you know what I mean? Bitter and twisted and whatever else. You're even dissing the folks who won the awards. I'm just saying, I believe that it's nepotism. It's who's who in this community, not fucking.
I'll fucking diss the magazine all the fuck I want if they're charging $4,000 to go on a fucking virtual vape expo, you cunts.
Oh, George.
Does any of the leaguers here think we're bitter?
I don't know, but I think next time
You can call me, all of a sudden, you can call me Josh TVP if you want. You can call me JTVP because I will be a fucking dick about this shit.
It's not very often we get argued. Mate, I think we need a rant. You missed another rant queue there, man.
No, I did miss the rank queue, but I'm too angry. I'm too angry to worry about fucking banners right now.
Wide up, but let's start ranting.
I was in a good mood. I was in a really good mood until this show happened.
See, the thing is, I'm not pissed about it.
You're all just fucking lucky Andy, isn't it? Because Andy would have taught you all a fucking new one. All I'm going to say right now is, where the fuck is Andy when you need him? Do you know what I mean?
The thing is, I think we're handling it quite well. You know, Josh will be bitter later after all that boozing him. Yeah,
I'll tell you right now. I might be slightly tipsy. I'm slightly tipsy, right? I watched the football earlier. I watched Spurs win. I'm a happy boy of the North London derby. That's fine. But I'm still very sensible right now.
Can I just say,
and actually, if anything, the drink brings out more sensibility in me.
The thing is this mad and Spurs won? Can you imagine how bad it would have been if Spurs had lost?
Imagine how it would have been if Spurs lost.
Well, you did say you are going to come in if they'd lost.
I mean, I get what Chris says down there, and it's that, you know, they're trying to recoup losses, but Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
The company's struggling right now in this country. You know what I mean? You're dragging all the people that caused this fucking pandemic.
Yeah.
Boom.
Cashing in on people who are stuck.
They're companies that can afford it.
I just like I said, like Paul said, I don't respect cashing in. I don't respect cashing in. Especially if someone else did it. I mean, how many slots are they planning for that weekend?
I've no idea.
We had 30 slots.
Yeah.
This moment,
32 actually on last spec. So if we charge $4,000 a slot, is anyone here good at maths? Because I'm really not. Yeah, 120 grand. Do you know how many purge mods that could have bought me?
3.
Yeah.
3, yeah.
how many?
At least you wouldn't have to hit them very hard to destroy them afterwards, though.
Could have bought me at least 2 guillotines that I would have broken in about 3 minutes because I would have just pushed the button too hard.
Any other business?
I am pissed off, man. I actually respected Gumba right up until the point that they left. You know what I mean? Previous conversations.
They did the classic escapist. They drop something and go, "Oh, I don't want to talk to Becky about it."
I booted out Twitch tonight because I thought we were going to get trolls, and then Vinny put it back in. But we get trolls on YouTube this evening.
You know what I mean? Trolls. You know what I mean? It's one of them. But, you know, obviously, we've found a bigger flake than Vinny.
I am honest. If anyone from Vapor Round Magazine watches this, charity boxing match for the small companies in the UK vaping scene. Like, we'll do it live at Expo. Middle. We'll do it in the fucking Evo stand. We'll just have, instead of being in a ring, we'll just box around it. Like, that's fine.
Mate, you got a proper stage.
I'll fucking take 2 of you on. One hand each, motherfuckers. You've got Remy and Arlo right here.
Man, I'm serious about what I say. If somebody from Vaporland wants to come on and explain to me just exactly what they're doing, then fine. They've got an open invite, man.
Like, if that goes right, we're going to do this. We'll charge you £100 a slot.
Just read that. Just read that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's who we should be supporting. That's who Voxpo and Vaporland should be looking at and trying to help.
Here's the biggest kick in the bollocks about it. They chose that platform. They chose to do it that way. They should be swallowing that cost. And then, if they want people to come on, there's a small fee. 100 quid, 200 quid, whatever.
I've got the format now.
They've chose to do that.
I've got the format. You know, like chess boxing.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna do cloud comp boxing.
Oh, I think
boxing. So you have like a 3-minute round, and then you blow the biggest cloud straight after.
Yeah.
And then we go back to 3 minutes, and we have a cloud comp.
I just think that there's people in this industry now, that are there genuinely. That if we turn around and says, yeah, all right, we want to put this together, we want to do that. I reckon we could make the next big expo. You know what I mean? On the back of what we did, and I would gladly sit there and do it all again for free to keep another vape shop open.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it makes half hour of my time to possibly bring them enough in to pay another month's rent, I would gladly fucking do it.
Yeah.
Chris just actually made a funny. Just remember to take the mod out your hand. No, I'm not taking it out.
It's like a weighted glove.
Yeah, no, you're bang on, Zippy. Like, that's the thing. If it means a company can survive another month and make some money and feed their fucking family because they're doing what they want to do and love what they do.
These are people that have given up years of time and everything else to open the to give actually you a chance to, get on the vaping and stuff and have that switch, and they've always been there for us. Now's the time to be there for them.
It really is. This is the time to be there for all small businesses right now. Like, I'm going to say I work for a big company. I'm lucky, right? But this right now is the time to go and support your local favourite businesses. Doesn't matter if you're favourite or not. Go and support them because they are struggling. Like, companies have shut down. John Lewis have closed fucking 19 stores. It's a huge, massive company. Like, just go and support your local companies, bars. Vinny's just given up on me right now. But just go and support what you can support. Go and support your local bakeries, your butchers, this, like that. Because they are fucked.
Hang on. I'm sorry just to interrupt. Who it reminds me of? Right, we were talking about the kids' programs earlier. Has anybody seen Combo Panda?
Yeah.
The Ryan.
I've never seen it.
Sorry, I don't know why I'm so aggro tonight. It's just one of those. Do you know what I mean? Like,
no, the thing is,
Magumba boiled my piss. Right, he boiled my piss.
See,
I'm just now aggro about it. Like, don't slag off something that we fucking did, something that I put a lot of fucking effort into, and someone's trying to take credit for and charge money for.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were apparently
where your dick should be, Magumba. Yeah, that's a fucking clip. Go fuck yourself.
I think we need to do something. I don't know. I'm not talking like next week, but we need to try and do a different take on an expo. Obviously, we've done the one we've done. We need to perhaps do call it the small expo and get small companies on, like we did in the other one, but actually just concentrate on the small companies, your juice lines, your little mech companies, your AMC, your Morning Stars effect. They're still small. Perhaps go that way with something. Maybe for some of us to think about, obviously, off the air. And get actual vendors on, shops on from around the country.
Right. Well, here's the what's it then, yeah? I mean, we know a lot of people are connected to these and this, that, and the other. If you're a small company and you want to be part of something and you want to have a chance to be out there, talk to us. We have an email address and everything. We've got the page. We can go through a VVR group if need be. Let's make it happen. It doesn't matter who you are, so long as you're legit, because let's have a legit company. Don't want no bathtub bruise or nothing. But if you're a legit company and you are clearly you're genuinely struggling, hit us up, post on the page, express your interest. We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
And I'll take that one step further. Our next expo, whenever we do it, will be open to every small vape shop vendor. If they want to come on, we will give them a slot. Even if it's just a 30-minute slot for them to promote their shop and get it out there, we will do it.
Well, I've decided I'm going to do a vape shop tour and just show people all the small little vape shops around Devon. I know it's only Devon,
I've been working on, Josh.
Like, I've now got my camera. I can do this whatever I want, and I'm just going to do a little vote. Like, I'm not going to go to the big companies that down here. Like, we've got a Totally Wicked down here. Fuck them. Do you know what I mean? Like, we've got other big companies down here, but I'm going to go and visit the small shops because they are what actually they're busier. They are what the industry wants. Do you know what I mean? They give the better advice. They give the better gear.
Some of these shops can't afford to advertise, man. And, you know, if it's a way that we can do our bit, we'll fucking do it.
Right.
Exactly.
Let's wrap it up. I think Zippy should have a final thought.
I did last week.
Okay, you're having it again. Go.
You're going to give me the final thought?
No.
You can you know, the point we're making is, you know, you've seen tonight by having an opinion, some people think that it's bitter and it's like dissing. That's not what it's about, man. All 7 of us, you know, obviously you only see so many of us on camera, but there are 7 of us. And, you know, hopefully all the leaguers are genuinely passionate and, you know, care about this industry enough to start doing stuff about it. You know, you've seen shops being shut down through what's been going on and everything else. And yes, they're not shut down for vape reasons. They're shut down through this COVID crap. But, you know, now's the time, now more than ever. You know, if you're on our page and you've got a local vape shop, put a link, you know, put a picture in of the shop, put their address in, you know what I mean? You're more than welcome to do that. If we can help any company survive, like I said earlier, another month, give another company breathing space for a month to try and come up with something new to push sales and everything else, we will help. You know, that's what we're here for. And, you know, I can't express any more than that. Other than that, man, keep vaping, keep happy, and keep spreading love, man. Positivity, that's what we need.
Nice one, Zippy. Say bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye, everybody.